I don't know if my microphone's working or the streamers. I've lowered the volume on the music, so I'm not even sure. You're actively working. I was sure about that, but I just kind of wanted to stream the game for a bit because it's late. And I kind of wanted to talk a bit about Ready Player One. Oh man, I hope the game volume isn't loud. That'll ruin my day. How do I guess it'll be fine. I can lower it through the actual whatever. Oh man. Okay, so I had no other. Yeah, I didn't have any other overlay. I could have made something. I'm like, who cares? To me, it's not really a big deal. Yeah, I used the Fancase Friday one. I'm like, hey, it's I'm just like, hey man, just do whatever. Oh man, I just realized this thing's still playing in the background. Let me stop this. So I might drop just some of my, hope there's some lag or whatever. I'm gonna drop some of my thoughts on Ready Player One as soon as this intro's done. I think this intro is really stupid, but because usually, you know, Ace Attorney intros communicate some form of some sense of mystery, some sense of intrigue. This is just really confusing, and it kind of sucks too. Because, oh wait, no, this is, I guess, the idea of the killer of the previous case being killed is really sad. You can't tell my throat is really, oh my god, I'm going through it, but yeah. Then a random cow appears for no reason. It's dumb. Oh, okay, so like Chiaki Nanamis or whatever. Okay, so it was less of an audience thing and more of just, you know, it was more the movie. There are a lot of things that really made me roll my eyes or just squint my eyes too. So let's say, trying to think of a good example on the spot. Let's see. Stuff like, even just the beginning scenes where they were about to get in a race or whatever. Oh man, I hope this isn't too loud. But, okay, they were about to get in a race or something like that. And then they got the dog. I mean, I don't know, man. I think I know what you're talking about though. I've been in this case when I first played this game. Which was, I don't know, back when like the fan translation was, I think, just these two cases, yeah. Oh man, I get it in my throat, you know why. Ready Player One doesn't fill me with any real sense of nostalgia. I wish I had the chat on the screen, but I think there's like chat replay now. Also, tell me if the volume is too loud or quiet or whatever. Let me even higher mine. Okay, is that? I hope that works. Oh, too loud. Ugh. Ugh, okay. Volume is okay. Okay, good. Let me think. What is my train of thought? I've gone many places there. Okay, my thoughts on Investigations 2 right now. Very all over the place. I think it's a strong introduction, but it's certainly not as strong as I once thought it was. I used to think it was, you know, this turnabout Trump level. Ah man, I might have even forgot the name of the case, but I think Turnabout Beginnings or Turnabout Memories. I get those two mixed up all the time. I think it's Memories. Turnabout Memories level first case. Nowadays, it's I think I'll put it like number 3. It's still good. It's still a really strong introduction, but it's not as good as, you know, those top high standard stuff. See, I feel like I'm getting it wrong though. Okay, you know what I'm talking about though, right? It's the first case of Trials and Tribulations. I think it just does a really good job at setting the stage. It's got a lot of good characters, a good characterization. Let's see. Yeah, again, it feels, again, there's retconning going on there, but it feels consistent with what the character's about. And the retcon isn't so out there that it's too irritating. Like, again, I was planning to make a whole video about this, but you know, that whole Apollo Justice, Spirit of Justice retcon thing, everyone always brings up the argument, and everyone's like, isn't it interesting how Trials and Tribulations has one of the biggest retcons in the series, and everyone ignores it, and it's perfectly fine, but Spirit of Justice is accused, when no, like, a lot of people, it almost feels like you really do underestimate how big of a deal spirit channeling, killing Lawyer Kingdom is as a backstory. Like, that's, I don't know, man, that's, are you crazy? I don't know. Oh yeah, this is where they find out Horse died. Oh, sorry, again, my throat. That Horus died. Oh yeah, it's definitely a really obvious case, but again, as a first case, I think mystery and intrigue is interesting, and that certainly isn't a factor for my overall enjoyment, but I also appreciate a first case just setting the stage for the rest of the game, a first case having importance for the rest of the game, consistency, and strong characterization. And you know, the first case of Trials and Tribulations has so much of that. In the mystery department, I would give that more to Target and Trump. I'd even say maybe more so Target. In fact, Target succeeds, out of the top 3, Target succeeds the most in having, you know, the whole mystery factor, because even Trump, I have some issues with it in regards to, you know, how Christoph is actually taken down. You know, there's not a single good perfect first case, you know. Even the DGS one is really poorly paced. It's not. So yeah, that's some first case talk, I guess. Oh yeah, man, I forgot like that the automatic thumbnail is like the Danganronpa in the trash bin thing. A lot of people some people got really mad at me for that, and I'm like I've honestly just forgotten to take it off, and it's just there, I guess. So I'm like, yeah, I don't really care. You know, first cases are really interesting because, you know, I don't think a single one of them succeeds at doing like pretty much everything a first case needs to do really, really well. Again, if you were to ask me, like, the top 3 first cases are the one from Trials and Tribulations, the one from Apollo Justice, and the one from, what's it called, this game, Investigations 2. But, you know, the strongest one in my head is always, I don't want to call it memories, because I'm pretty sure I'm wrong, but the first one from Trials and Tribulations, just because of how significant it is and how what it manages to get done in, you know, the small time span it has. And you know, we can always say, the mystery isn't that good, but you know, sometimes having a lot of mystery doesn't mean that the case is necessarily going to be like stellar. Like Case 3 of Spirit of Justice has a lot of mystery, and that case sucks. So you know, there's that. Oh man, my throat. Okay, yeah, it's memories. Okay, I'm good. Something I do find a bit unfortunate is that you never do get to play chess with Knightley. Kinda sucks, but yeah. Yeah, right. I miss the Americanized feel too, but okay, first of all, it's called the Ace Attorney series. Don't call it the Phoenix Wright series, because not only is that wrong, but it kind of encourages the belief that one of the main appeal of Ace Attorney is Phoenix Wright, and I don't think that's true. I don't believe that to be true, and you know, a lot of other people don't think that's true either. You know. I think we've almost reached a point where like it's become common knowledge at this point. Like there's a bunch of people that want the Apollo Justice 2. There's a bunch of people that want the Athena Sykes Ace Attorney. There's a bunch of people that want even like Mia or Diego Armando Ace Attorney. Like there's a lot of different things that different people want. There's the investigation series, there's DGS. I think we've reached a point where the series shouldn't solely be identified as Phoenix Wright, because you know it's just not true. This case is really confusing, by the way, so I might actually have to start focusing at some point. And this is going to be a really short stream, so don't expect a lot of things to be happening. Okay, cool. Just talking a bit about investigations. I'm even going to ignore the body. I do. It's a sin and a curse. You know, on one hand, it's like you actually get to walk around the areas, and the fact that they go through the actual effort to sprite all of these things and give you a deeper visual understanding of what's actually going on around you is really cool, and that's one of the appeals of the investigation series. You know. Look, you can even talk to Gumshoe, and these conversations are just completely pointless, but you know, it's like, hey, again, it's just fun stuff. So they still kind of keep the charms of the simplified style while, you know, still expanding on everything. Like one of the, here's something really great about Turnabout Target. It's just this game in general. It's just how well everything blends together in terms of gameplay mechanics. I noticed it when they were just kind of, when you seamlessly manage to just do things. So okay, you're examining a new area, then you got to do something, then you use logic. After you use logic, you get into logic chess. After you do logic chess, you examine a 3D object. After you examine a 3D object, let's go straight into a confrontation. So much stuff is going on, and it all blends together really well. Like that's like a bunch of gameplay mechanics being thrown at you at one point, and they all work. They all seamlessly just blend together, and it's really good. Unlike, say, you know, Danganronpa, where it's like Hangman, rhythm game, it's all just slapped together, no real care. Ain't nice. Ah, man. Is this blind? Kinda, yeah. It's not blind in the sense that, I've done this before, but it is blind in the sense that it was years ago and I have no recollection of anything besides the case's killer. Oh man, my throat's dry, man. Let me even read some of the chat. I haven't been paying too much attention. Yeah, I heard about the Ace Attorney Switch thing. It's great. I'm glad Ace Attorney's moving on to a new platform. I was gonna even dedicate a whole video to it, but something that's really interesting me about how they're hyping up this new game is just who's behind it. You know, the whole team. Because a big talking factor in the community right now is definitely who's going to be the star, the headliner of this game. Is it going to be Apollo? Is it going to be Phoenix? Is it going to be Athena? And it's equally possible all the way around, you know, because something they said in this a really recent interview is that the future of Ace Attorney, the reason they wrote Spirit of Justice the way they did, or at least the ending, they made it in a way so they could do anything after Spirit of Justice. So it was part of the reason that I try not to be as hard on the ending as I probably should be. But you know, they actually say this. They actually go out of their way to say, we made this ending so we could, you know, do whatever we wanted if we ever do come back. Now, from what I can hear, from what I've heard, Yamazaki's been moved out to a new office, and from all the interviews, they're implying that Takumi and Ishiro are working on it. But what's confusing me is that, oh man, I pressed that again. What's confusing me is that Takumi and Ishiro, they just released like DGS2 like 2017. 2017 wasn't that long ago. It was late 2017. That's not that long ago. So I'm like, they won't be able to just produce a game just like that. So unless the game is being announced this year and it's coming out next year. And I know that Ace Attorney's 20th anniversary is when even is it? 2021. Yeah. Got Ace Attorney 8 coming out. It's crazy. I think they confirmed it, yeah, but you know what that means though, right? Like that could still mean we're making, it's called Phoenix Wright, whatever, and the game is about Athena Sykes or whatever, because you know, you can call a game Phoenix Wright and that's all fine and dandy, but you can still make the story of the game about a different character, you know? That's basically the Ace Attorney trilogy, and Apollo Justice, and Dual Destinies, and Spirit of Justice. Like, so many of these games, they're even about the main characters. Alright, enough gumshoe talk. I can talk to Kay. Small detail I really do enjoy, you know, how they showcase some of the differences between Edgeworth and Phoenix's conduct. Oh man, they really care. Oh man, okay, here's something that I've been meaning to get into. I might make a video about it, I might not. Okay, so through the first case, replaying this first case, again, I'm such a big defender of, what's it called? big defender of the first Investigations games. I even made a whole video about like my favorite Ace Attorney characters, and I do believe that Kay was on there, relatively high, like maybe 13 or 12. And I say that because it's important when I say that right now I don't really like Kay. Like, not Athena level bad, but not entertaining. Like, not really serving a purpose in an Athena sense. Like, I don't know how to word this one without sounding really evil, but because I know Kay actually does have a fan base or whatever, but I look at this character and I go, what purpose is she really serving in this game right now? Like, again, she's supposed to be the young female sidekick or whatever, but I don't know what she's doing with, you know, the cast while they're out on these investigations. She has no real reason to tag along to this stuff. Like, her whole... I guess what I don't understand is her whole purpose. What's her deal? Like, she wants to be the second Yatagarasu, right? And she wants to steal the truth and whatever. Great thief. Yeah, great for Kay. She wants to be the great thief. Nobody knows what the hell that means. Like, nobody. Like, nobody knows what I want to steal the truth means. And, you know, sure, okay, you can make the argument, okay, that means, oh, I just want to seek truth. I like truth. But that doesn't really mean anything when, you know, you're 18 years old and you're just playing games. I don't know, you're just 18 years old playing detective with a prosecutor and a detective. Like, so does she want to be a detective? Does she want to be a prosecutor? Because, you know, her father was a prosecutor. Like, that's... Does she just want to help? Like, I don't know. Do you want to be a... She doesn't really have... I guess she doesn't really have a set out goal for me, and that's really what kind of not grinds my gears about the character, but it just, again, she just confuses me. Like, she kind of gets in the way of the whole Edgeworth Gunchu dynamic too. Like, recently she's been, no, I'm not feeling it, man. I don't know. Let's do this investigation thing. Let's talk to Mr. Kappa. I know it isn't news, but you know, when I'm playing this game after like how long or whatever, and you just, it dawns on you that Kay isn't really serving much of a purpose. You know, she's relevant narratively. Like, again, from a narrative perspective, I'm sure some big thing happens to her in this game, or some big thing happens to her in Investigations 1. But as a character, like, her goal is just really, really vague, and it can be, like, you know, attributed to anyone. Like, her ties to the Yatagarasu are supposedly what makes her interesting, but like, they never really make it clear what her set goals are. Like, okay, like, again, do you want him to be a cop? Like, does she want to be a cop? Does she want to be a detective? Does she want to be a prosecutor? Like, what does she want to do? Like, steal the truth means nothing. I don't know. Oh, man. Oh, man. Totally. Sup? Alright, let's... Oh man, okay. I'm just gonna use my mouse. Oh, that's great, man. Favorite Yamazaki case? Phew. Probably either the Magical Turnabout or Turnabout Reclaimed. Oh, no. Ignore all of that. Turnabout, Reminiscence, or, yeah. the fourth case of the first Investigations game. I really love that case. That case is great. That's a really strong Yamazaki game. Like, Investigations 1 is just great in general. Don't let anyone tell you Investigations 1 sucks. It's forgettable to an extent, and I understand why people do see it that way, but there's a lot to appreciate about the game. I think it's kind of slept on, you know? No, I don't get K, but... Okay, let's see. Is that all? Alright. Used to whip me with a strap. It's like a Ghostface Killer song. Yeah, Investigations 1 isn't amazing, but like, you know, it's still not awful. It's not... And sometimes I'll be reading Ace Attorney opinions and like, you know what Ace Attorney games really sucks? Investigations 1. And I'm like, the game isn't even that offensive. It's just very there. I don't know. But I feel like they ran that into the ground, you know, the whole, oh look, Phoenix is defending something really wacky again. I think that's all. They did that a bit too much, right? They did it in the same game with like Ponko, whatever. See, I didn't even, if someone told me on a regular day like who's Ponko, I wouldn't be able to tell you, but because we're on the topic, I can actually say, oh yeah, like they did the whole Phoenix cross-examined something really out of this world again joke. Like Dual Destinies really clings to that wacky, zany. It tries to have the heart Ace Attorney once had, you know. And in doing so, you know, it loses it. You know, it's kind of sad. Okay, same thing. I don't think K is a Mary Sue. No. Mary Sue's a very loose term. Oh, okay. Let's see. Whew. I guess the wait. Oh, great. 1 second. Let me answer. Let me even get my phone. Alright, cool. I think the movie is like it has significance, right? It has significance in the sense that, you know, okay, it speaks to this time period we're in right now, and that, you know, a lot of gamers or people into that whole internet culture or whatever can relate to that experience. But, you know, I was watching it, and I don't really like it. I mean, no, okay, no, it's not that I didn't like it. It's more so that I didn't relate to the struggle that was being presented. So I'm also just watched it for the sake of watching it. Like, I didn't think the movie was very funny. The twists were very predictable. I mean, yeah, that's kind of what I was getting at there. I was trying to, kind of low-key, I was trying to say that, basically, that Ready Player One is kind of that kind of gamer equivalent. This is like, I ain't, oh, wait, okay, no spoilers. Okay, never mind. And also, yeah, the stream will be available, it'll be, like, in its own playlist or whatever. Back out. Well, it's less that it was like fan service, and more that it just a lot of the jokes and little callbacks and this and that. They weren't. I feel like if I was I feel like if I was just a bit younger, maybe I'd appreciate it more. But nah, I'm not. It's not really my thing. I'm glad I watched it, but it's like it made me wince. Yeah. And I got the no. And I'm not gonna pretend like there weren't laughs to be had, because I did laugh at the movie, but it wasn't at things that it wanted me to actually laugh at. So, trying to think of some good examples. No. In fact, there was one kind of funny scene. There was one scene where like, the music placement and like the music they chose. I hated that. Stuff like them at the dance floor, and then the girl starts touching up the guy, and then like he's wearing a full-on bodysuit, so he's feeling the whole thing. That wasn't the part that made me laugh. The part that made me laugh was like the scene right after that, where she starts yelling, "Why did you yell out your real name?" And I'm thinking, what the fuck? What the fuck is this shit? I don't know. Like, I don't know. It was kind of like it's when they go like so far to reference the culture, the things that you should or shouldn't do, like in this online virtual reality world. That's the stuff that kind of made me laugh. Or the best friend robot guy. No, it's not that. It's not awful, right? Like if you're gonna go see it, go see it. Honestly, it's just if you don't get it, you won't get it. It ultimately depends on how familiar you are with the that whole gaming culture circle thing. I don't know. There's blood at the back of this, right? Oh man. Okay, let me... Alright, cool. Yeah, there's blood on the back of this. Yeah, I would be able to... if you go on Twitter and you ask me a question, I'll probably answer it. I don't always have the time to answer questions, but I probably would be able to. Oh, shut the fuck up, man. Like, you know whatever. I'm not... Like, you just didn't understand it. I mean, maybe I didn't. Maybe I didn't. I don't know. It is kind of a similar Danganronpa thing where it's like, I mean, this is just media in general, but people, it's always going to gravitate to a different audience and, their own interests. Like, I've brought up this point before, but Ace Attorney makes references to pop culture or stuff of that nature. Danganronpa makes reference to stuff like anime and manga and memes. Like, there's a very distinguished audience that it's trying to reach with what it's trying to do. Like, even Ready Player One, it's clearly got that gaming market. The main character is some introvert kid with glasses, he spends all his time in the Oasis, you know? Ah, don't worry, the live stream's ending soon anyway. It's late. It's like 1, and like I need to get sleep. Wow, stacked sheets, cool. Have I even analyzed everything? Yeah, in like 4 minutes I'm gonna cut out. I need to get sleep and stuff. I just kind of wanted to talk a bit about the movie and some of my thoughts on it, and just play some Investigations 2 in the background. It's like, but the whole like references thing, again, this whole references make jokes thing, I'm never really big on that stuff. I don't know. Do you think it's possible for Danganronpa to make you care about a non-assist character? I don't know what constitutes as an assistant character in Danganronpa, but I think anything's possible. I guess. I don't think. Again, I've made my stance on Danganronpa very clear to the point where I'm like, I don't really like to beat the dead horse too much. Like, the only time I'm gonna have something new to say is when I eventually play V3, and because I haven't played V3, you know, right now my stance is kind of irrelevant, so I'm like, yeah, whatever. Like, nobody wants to hear a guy with an uninformed opinion speak of things, you know, they don't know the full context for. Like, if there was a Danganronpa and Ace Attorney crossover, it would be awful. I don't need to be all political and like dip dive my answer with that one. It would be terrible. Like, absolutely awful. I don't need anyone to tell me, oh man, you don't know, it might be amazing. No. It would be awful. See, I like little stuff like this, like just Gumshoe and Edruff on their knees, searching down. Like, yeah, that's fun. The G character is from Danganronpa V3, right? Or is it like from the previous game? I don't know. I mean, I don't really care when any Danganronpa character dies, but to each their own. Wait, no, that's untrue. I cared when Nagato died. I cared when Sayaka died. But that's basically just because it was the first one. Nagato was more frustration. Really wanted them to do more of him, and they didn't. And that's really unfortunate. I can't even leave this room, can I? Oh, see, I'm lost. I don't know what I'm doing. Wait. Okay, that's a fair point. Yeah, I always thought I made it clear that I never cared about the Ace Attorney anime. It's just something that exists. If you're an Ace Attorney fan and you want to enjoy it, go enjoy it. The games are there. I have no idea why you'd watch it, but it's there if you want it. Like, it's such I don't care, and I know a bunch of people don't, and I'm not going to pretend like it's such a big deal that it warrants a video. Like, it might get a joke, but it doesn't warrant, you know, a lot of my time. Like, I know some people are making like episode by episode reviews, and I'm like, oh man, I ain't got time for that. I know the whole story. Who cares? Like, I don't know. Like even Danganronpa, you know, for as bad as Danganronpa 3 the anime is, you know, it at least has the right idea where it's giving you an original story, you know. Did I lift the sheet over his right hand? Oh yeah, you don't need to watch. This is more like just a speaking thing. I haven't. Let me do it now. Yeah, it's fine. Don't worry. Yeah. Because I've done this section before. I just restarted over because of the live stream, naturally. Ah, man. You still might be able to find something, yeah. I've seen some clips of the English dub. It's an English dub. Again, I think so nothing of the actual series. That, again, it's always just like, oh, you know, English dub, that's something. I don't really care, but that's something. Okay, let me check the logic real quick. I need to get out of here. Ugh. Bloody sheets, stacked sheets. Will it let me make the connection, or is it gonna make me do something dumb? Okay, cool. Because something that does annoy me is when, you know, the logical connection that you need to make is saved for a later point in the case. So, okay, here's an issue with Turnabout Target. They find out that, okay, there's this red mole on the president's face, and Edgewave makes a logical connection to put the two pieces together, and he says, okay, there's a red mole on their face. And then everybody goes, oh man, what does it mean in the assassination attempt? Like, oh no, that's stupid. Oh, if it was all original cases, definitely. Oh, because it's the case I'm on, honestly, that's why I'm streaming it. And you came really late because I'm planning to like end the stream now-ish. It's just like, you know, Ace Attorney, again, it's a problem with Ace Attorney from the beginning. It's that whole, you know, your logic isn't always the game's logic, but sometimes it's just about having common sense, you know? Like, common sense isn't so common. And I'm just walking around aimlessly, but I guess I'll save through like, a save state or whatever. Let me even, I guess I could talk a bit about, you know, that whole legal system thing that I've been meaning to talk about. All the backgrounds, the black background, all the audio animations, Jesus. Okay. Okay. One of the interesting things about the whole legal system debacle is, naturally, you get typically two arguments being formed there. One, you know, the legal system thing in Apollo is perfectly fine. It's one of the things where, oh, you know, Case 3 was designed that way, was made that way for what's it called? For Ace Attorney, because the entire series. Oh, no, I didn't get a new mic, but I just have a sore throat. Oh man. But yeah, okay, so the legal system was one of those things where it was one of the big central things in Ace Attorney. It was a big central thing in the series in general, and everybody, what's it called? I'm losing my train of thought. Everybody seems to be making this argument of either the legal system was an integral part of Ace Attorney, and that's why I don't mind the series tackling it. And there's also stuff like, okay, the legal system is an integral part of Ace Attorney, but I don't think that excuses Case 3. And one of the stances that I've recently taken on it is, I don't think it really matters in the grand scheme of things anyway, because while one of the underlying themes of Ace Attorney was the legal system, you know, the legal system, it was never really that big of a deal. Like, yes, it was an inspiration for the series, and it was a thing that, it was definitely an underlying thing that was there. You know, you can go back to all of these games and you'll see evidence is everything in court. Evidence is everything in court. Evidence is everything in court. You know, it's all over the Ace Attorney series, but it doesn't really mean anything because nobody really cared. Like, okay, let me even put this into perspective here. Alright, you know, we're in a chat with like 10 people. I can even just ask directly, how many of you people actually care about the legal system in Ace Attorney, or at least put value in the social commentary being provided about Ace Attorney's Japanese legal system? Listen, I can't speak for anyone else, but I don't care. Like, I don't, until Apollo Justice made it a bigger deal than it needed to be, I never really put much stock into the legal system. It was something I acknowledged that was there, but it wasn't a big deal. And you want to know why I don't put a lot of stock into it? You want to know why I don't put a lot of stock into such a trivial thing? It's because, you know, not even the original creators do. Like, they don't know anything about the legal system. Like, they don't care. Like, oh, my throat. Yeah, Shu Takumi never really cared about the legal system. And whenever I say this, people are like, whoa, he made Apollo Justice, and he made you know, he even said it, but he don't care, man. He doesn't, like, that's not, they don't know anything about the actual legal system. I'm pretty sure that he was, one of the stipulations for, I'm meaning to bring this up in a video, but one of the stipulations for him making Apollo Justice was, 1, you gotta bring back Phoenix, and 2, you gotta add that Juris system. And while just because he was forced to do these things doesn't detract from the game's quality, I do find it interesting how we put so much stock into this legal system business, and, you know, it being social commentary and this and that, when nobody really cares. Like, nobody. Again, maybe it's just me. Like, the Dark Age, when Dual Destinies did the Dark Age of the Law thing, did you really care? When Spirit of Justice did the whole lawyers must die to our legal system thing, did you care? No, you didn't, and I don't think anyone else really cares, you know? So one of my things is, can we please stop pretending like we care and stop making it into this really big thing that it never was. It's almost interesting because I feel like the Ace Attorney series has become self-aware of the fact that, you know, the legal system is such a big integral thing to it. Well, not big, but it was an integral thing of what made Ace Attorney at its core. But it's almost taking it and it keeps expanding it and expanding it and expanding it. Like, okay, imagine Ace Attorney was like an egg. I mean, no, not Ace Attorney. The corruption of the legal system was like an egg, and this egg was present throughout the entire trilogy. It was there, but it never really got in the way. It was just in the corner of the screen. It wasn't the full picture. Like, it was there. Like, it genuinely was a thing that was there, but the egg didn't. Oh my god, I need water. My throat is killing me. Yeah, but Mecha Shadow, people are crazy. People are really crazy. Oh man, at this point this is kind of a podcast thing, but you have to understand, people think that Alright, I'm going completely off topic here, but people are crazy, man. Like, people would just say anything. You know, a lot of people don't think about what they're actually saying, and they just say it. Here's a good example. This is the real Apollo Justice 2. Or this is the real Apollo Justice. Like, people don't know what they're talking about when they say that. Like, a lot of people don't remember this, but, you know, Dual Destinies was once called Apollo Justice 2. And whenever I bring that up now, people are like, nobody ever said that. Like, no. Like, people genuinely said that. People still, like, people don't say that now, but people still deny that that was a thing that people genuinely believed. Like, people thought that because Apollo went really edgy, ran away for the majority of the game, and then showed up at the end and said, I doubt Miss Sykes or whatever that dumb scene was. You know, people looked at that and said, wow, this is Apollo Justice 2. And that's, you know, I don't know. And in the same token, you know, you'd think people would learn their lesson, but no, history repeats itself. There's people that look at Spirit of Justice and go, wow, this is Apollo Justice 2, and no. Like, would you please stop? I don't know. It's all, nah, I'm not really big on all that stuff. But okay, yeah, back to the legal system. It's like an egg that's there for the majority of the original trilogy, or whatever. Now let's take Apollo Justice. The egg gets a bit bigger, so people notice that it's there, and we start asking questions, you know? We're like, alright, why is this egg here, you know? Like, does this egg really need to be here? It's kind of getting in the way. You know, that's kind of what the legal system was in Apollo Justice. The egg gets bigger, and we're like, what's that doing there? Dual Destinies hops around. People get a bit blind, and because the egg got a lot bigger, and nobody's saying anything. And I'm like, well, the egg is bigger than it was in Apollo Justice, but nobody's saying a word, and it has no reason to be this big, but whatever. And then in Spirit of Justice, the egg just exploded. It's just this whole big situation of lawyers killing each other because of the legal system. It's all crazy, man. Like, this whole community is really out there, man. Oh yeah, I love the jury system in DGS. I'm not too big on how in DGS 2 apparently it's been slightly abandoned. I think there's only 2 cases of it. I think that's a bit but because, you know, the jury system is one of the strongest parts of Dual Destinies. I hope Daiga Ukuten Saiban, or the Great Ace Attorney, or whatever you want to call it. Well, no, I just feel like people don't understand what it means for something to be quote-unquote your game. Like, I don't even think people are, again, like, people think that Apollo Justice is Phoenix's game, and that's, I mean, again, I made this joke before, but by that logic, you know, the first Ace Attorney game is Edruff's game. The third Ace Attorney game is Mia's game. The only real Ace Attorney game that's about the main character is that is Phoenix, is Justice for All, and even then, that game is just a bunch of filler cases slapped together, roll into a ball, and spat out for the world to see. You know, it's all really crazy. It's all out there. Oh man, I need another drink. It's crazy. This is becoming less and less about the game. Maybe I should, like, start that Ace Attorney podcast thing or whatever, but yeah. It's just interesting to me how we pick and choose. Well, exactly, you know? Like, if people would just say anything. They say, this This is, this isn't even a game about Phoenix. It's a game about Charlie the Plant. Like, people will just say anything, you know? I can make the argument that the first Ace Attorney game is about Marvin Grossberg, you know? Like, people will just say anything, you know? A lot of people don't even know this about me, but if the next Ace Attorney game isn't a reboot, I actually want it to be about Athena Sykes. I want her to get that whole... As much as I don't want to dwell in the past, if we're gonna have to stay in this era, this muddled up era of Ace Attorney, just do Athena some justice and give her something, you know? Well, yeah, I don't really... It matters whose game it is, and it really doesn't. It matters in the sense that who are they using to market this game? You know, and a lot of people, here's an argument that you hear a lot. Some people will say, oh, but in Japan, you know, the games don't say Naruhodo Ryuichi Gyakuten Saiban, but, you know, their faces are still in the logo. Like, Gyakuten Saiban 4 didn't have a logo of Phoenix Wright, it had a logo of Apollo. Gyakuten Kenji 2 didn't have a logo of Phoenix, it had a logo of Edgeworth. The Great Ace Attorney, that didn't have a logo of Phoenix, it had a logo of Ryu, you know? It's just... I don't know. Again, I feel like Ace Attorney's at a point where nobody knows what they're doing. Like, we're all just kind of trying to ride out this muddled up era of Ace Attorney. Like, we're all still fans, but... I don't know. Oh, I just read a tweet and some guy said, Ready Player One is better than the Grand Turnabout. Oh man, we still here, man. We have not left this room. Let me see if I can actually beat it. I think I have to do something. Let me check. Oh man, they're gonna be there for a while. Is this? Oh yeah, and that sucks too, you know. I really want this new Switch game to be a reboot. It's like a perfect time. But they probably ain't gonna do it. You know? And what's confusing me is like Shu Takumi's attachment to it. Like, what, are we expecting Takumi to write an Athena game? Like, I don't know. Like, Takumi coming back to what's already been done to Ace Attorney, I don't think I want that, you know? Did you finish looking at Knightley's hand? Well, when I say reboot, I'm more referring to just tell a new story or whatever. Like, do something, like, we're so caught up in the lore of Ace Attorney that it's just like, okay, we're doing a bit too much now. Let's just calm down and, you know, go back to, because, you know, I recently, was diving into the first Ace Attorney game, and something I really do respect it for is its simplicity. It's just, Phoenix comes in and he solves a couple cases, and it showcases his journey to growing greater competence, and, you know, Miles Edgeworth has got this whole, what's it called, journey that he's going on, you know? And it kind of saddens me how we went from something so conceptually simple and something that worked so well to, yeah, presidential assassination, smuggling ring, courtroom terrorism, blowing up the world, killing lawyers. The next game's gonna be about like planetary destruction. Like, it's all that crazy Yamazaki scale that I'm not really that, you know, that into. It's never really been my thing. Well, exactly. It's, you know, the series needs to go back to basics. I'm not sure how we're gonna do it, but we can keep hoping. Oh man. Star Wars Ace Attorney. It might, you know. I wouldn't put it past Yamazaki. Space Trials, man. Space Trials. Yeah, I have no idea what to do. Alright, let's see. I could do something here. I don't know. What do I have in my organizer? Floor plans. Chessboard. Checker. Probably nothing will show up, huh? Here's an abrupt change of subject, but anyone know about Sonic Mania Adventures? That was really cool. Or let's see, Sonic Mania Plus or whatever. I'm not big on, you know, the whole Ace Attorney, I mean Sonic YouTuber craze. They're all like, oh, we want Heroes remake or Unleashed remake, or they're all crazy, man. Like, I'm not trying to fire shots or whatever, but I've never been a big fan of that whole. Well, yeah, like I've never really been a big fan of. Oh yeah, I know you. I've never really been a big fan of those Ace Attorney YouTuber stuff. Well, no. Here's the thing with Premi, right? Premi's like. I think Premi's a cool guy. I think he would be a cool guy to just sit down and talk to. Wow, okay, this has nothing. Why am I looking at this? I think he'd be a cool guy to just sit down and talk to, but I do not share his sentiments on the Sonic series. They're all just really loud people in general. Like, he opens his video. Ah, it's late, but I'ma do it. What's up, guys? What the fuck? Can you calm down? I don't know, man. I've never really been that type of guy, just yelling into a microphone. Like, hey guys, it's a bit much, alright? Let's all chill out. Oh man. And now all their channels are dead because Forces is done. Oh man, that intro kills me every time. Like, if I was ever to make a joke about those intros, I would do exactly that. If I was planning to. Like, oh, okay. Here's something. I'm not sure if this is gonna get me heat. I never really saw the appeal of Etika, or whatever his name is. Just a screaming black guy. I'm like, yes, yeah, sure, whatever. Well, okay, there's a place for the hype man, sure, whatever. But it's like, where's every day? I'm like, okay, cool. Alright, we get it, you're the hype man. You're the yelling black guy or whatever. But, you know, after a while, you know, when we come to understand that that's all you are, and you're willing to yell over anything, you're just like, I ain't really on that. Dogen isn't even the killer. It's the warden. I know who it is, but this case takes so long. How do I get out of here, man? I don't know what the. I have no idea who Nappy is, man. I don't follow too many YouTubers. Oh, it says found case Friday because I wasn't bothered to change anything. We are still stuck in this room. And I can't deduce anything, can I? Yeah, it's not giving me the option. I could try to check that wall. No! Yeah, I have no idea who that is. Okay, yeah, let's check this. Okay, so that was the worthless conversation. Nope. I have to check the body again? Alright, let's see. I can try to check the hand again. Oh, well, the fact that it's unbuttoned? I don't know. Nope. Yes, clothes are dirty. Woohoo. How long is this shit gonna take? Alright. Oh man. Okay, who else? Oh, is this a stream where we just talk shit about people? Isn't this how people get things used against them or whatever? Ugh, like, what the fuck? That's awful, man. Why? Why would you do that though? Why would you put... Yeah, see, a modern Ace Attorney, yeah, call it, give it hate for whatever you want, right? But at least it has like memos and stuff, so you know what you're doing. I've already investigated that. Let me check the log. Maybe. Nope. Same thing. Down here, I've checked the whip. In fact, have I? Oh wait. Oh right, is Francesca in this case? In fact, I know who's in this case. It's like Regina, there's Sawit, there's Kogan or Kogen or whatever, man. Well, who else? There's a lot of things just going on. I haven't even met Sawit, man. I've already investigated that. I've investigated that. I've investigated that. What even is this, man? Franny's not in here. She's in the game, right? Jesus. What even is this shit? I've been having the same conversation. Oh, this is like that Ace Attorney. Oh, it's so fun. I can't leave the room. Investigate his crotch. Nothing. Great. Can I take his shoes? I don't know. Yeah, I get Gumshoe. He's really... with blood underneath him. Or that might just be from the... Okay, what about the knife wound? Oh, great. Okay. I've checked the neck and the top. I have no logic left. Oh, my favorite Ace Attorney. Oh. Try it. Maybe I can... I could investigate his head. Nope. Check the chest set again. Jesus Christ, Ace Attorney, why? What? Wait, is it... Oh man. Kay has nothing of importance to add to anything, man. I already went on a whole little rant about her. She's worthless. Like, absolute... she has no real reason to be here, and she has no real life goals. She's just kind of here. No, I've checked the glove, don't worry. Let's see. This place is, okay. About, oh my god, how the fuck do I get, and I can't leave, let me, nope. Yeah, I'm done with Gumshoe. Deduce the glove. I don't have, it doesn't give me an option. I feel like I need to deduce something, yeah. But I don't have the option to deduce. I feel like it's something to do with the body, but I don't know what it is. Welcome to Ace Attorney, man. Oh, shit. I doubt it. All the conversations with Gumshoe and Kay are worthless in these games. Like, talking to Kay will get me nothing, talking to Gumshoe will get me nothing. I'll talk to this guy again. Oh. Keep inspecting. Oh, my favorite. Nope. Gumshoe probably got no idea what's going on. Alright. Just send him. Yeah. Yep, see, he's just talking about noodles. I love this theme though. No, I do appreciate the remix. The remix is pretty good too. You gotta appreciate the classics. The modern interpretations. Oh man, here's something that's... Here's something that, what's it called? Here's something that really annoys me. So, would you believe that some people that don't want the theories to move on just yet, just so we can see another Gumshoe appear? Like, you'd be the same people like, oh, I'm so sick of fan service in Ace Attorney. It's awful. Right hand again? It's awful, right? And they'll be saying all this, talking all this noise, and then they'll hear something about Gumshoe, and then I'll be like, oh man, we need another game of Gumshoe. We need another game of Francisca. Oh, of course. How could I miss the finger? What the fuck? What the fuck is that? You know, whatever, man. But it wasn't important because it didn't register. So what was the point? There was no point. Like, unless I'm missing something. Okay. I don't know, footprints. Oh yeah, the murder weapon. Potato MVP. Oh man. Speaking of MVPs, nah, I'm not gonna talk about Dragon Ball here. Don't take Dragon Ball too seriously. Dragon Ball YouTubers are basically all awful. Stop watching anime reviews because by the time you've reached episode 167, you're probably gonna watch the next episode. So stop watching reviews. See, I don't remember this case, right? And if it's so important, then why doesn't it come off as evident? Whatever, man. I guess the game just wants you to notice it. Hey! Oh man, I forgot Ray's here. I love Ray. Right! Yeah, Ray's cool. In fact, yeah, Ray was like the saving grace of this case. It was the saving race. No. Awful. Try again. Dragon Ball makes too much money, they'll be back. Oh man, I love this theme. Aha. I was supposed to end this stream like 30 minutes ago, but Ray, you've done it. Oh right, okay. So Ray is the whole connection to what's it called? Edgy's daddy. Now Ray as a character is cool, or whatever. But I will say this. Okay, we're gonna preface this right now. I've never been big on the whole Edgeworth dad stuff in this game. And while I haven't beaten the game, I'm aware of what they narratively tried to do with the whole Edgeworth's dad thing, and I don't think I don't approve of it, but I don't like it. It's just that whole the playing with Edgeworth's suppressed desires to want to become a defense attorney or whatever. And it's like, come on, man. Oh man, this is where they start like name dropping Ace Attorney, like all the time. In fact, I kind of get it, you know, because I guess it's an anniversary game, but and they wanted to make a game about fucking I forget attorneying. They kind of wanted to still relate it to being a defense attorney, because this was the 10th anniversary game. It's like, yeah, but just because it's a fan translation doesn't mean you have to, you know, I'm not mad. I'm just saying, man. It's like the 10th anniversary game. I get it. Like, I wouldn't put it past the actual main series. So I'm just like, started name dropping Ace Attorney like a bit too much in this case, and I'm like, Like, the fan translation is good. Like, this is I respect and appreciate it. Trust me. Yeah, what's Kay's deal? I don't know what she wants. Like, she wants to recruit a bunch of little girls or to join her Stealing the Truth Club. I'm like, what does that mean? Like, at least Athena has more of a goal. Like, yeah, you know, we can rag on Athena all we want, but at least she has an interesting dynamic with Apollo, you know? Or, yeah. Really, like, even the Kay Edgeworth dynamic is really just sometimes feels like, hey, man, what's it called? It's like, oh man, I'm gonna steal this thing, you know, you shouldn't, and that's just that back and forth all the time. I've always been more big on the whole Edgeworth Gumshoe stuff. Like, I don't know, when I watch Kay in this game, I don't really like her. I like Kay's design, yeah. I was talking to one of our character designers, or one of our artists, or whatever, and one of the things she was explaining to me was how one of the best things about Kay is her actual character design. So yeah, I do respect that aspect of the character. I'm like, yeah. I'm not as big on Kay as I once was. I can't say I don't like her because it's so early on. The problem isn't that she's jobless, it's just that, like, her goals are very vague. I don't understand what she wants. I don't know. Oh, my throat. This man said restrain yourself. I don't see why anyone would be really attached to Kay. Honestly. I feel like, yeah, but Kay's just there to have another female character to fill the void. You know, to fill that Maya void, but I don't know. She doesn't even really do that. I don't know. I think instead of trying to fill voids of Maya, like, we should just work with what we have. Ugh, I don't know. Yeah, Nick's a joker, fam. Alright, let's see. Hey, what's up, Nick? We all... I don't know why I'm streaming so late. California roll? Oh man, that's great. I agree with Doe from a gameplay perspective. I can't really say it in regards to the entire game because, well, I haven't been in it, but from a gameplay perspective, I do agree. Like, again, the gameplay mechanics in this game all blend together really well. I love it. Oh yeah, in this case is about like Edgeworth proving Ray wrong or whatever. Yeah, Logic Chess is great. Lol. I don't know how long, much longer I'm gonna be playing this. I think one of the biggest sins of the First Investigations game is just that, you know, what's it called? out of my throat. One of the biggest sins of the first investigation game is just being really forgettable. Oh yeah, I'm not gonna try to. One, it's really late, and two, what is this? Oh man, I wasn't paying attention. Shit. Oh, thanks. Yeah, I know who the killer is, and I've played it, but I know there's spoilers for other people, obviously, but I played it years ago, so I don't remember the actual process. I know Regina's in there, I know there's an elephant. Apparently it's not a cow, it's a dog. There's a bunch of... I'm not paying attention, I didn't... more the entertainment room. No, lecture room. I don't know. This seems pretty entertaining. I'll go. Oh no. Ah. I was thinking, I looked at the thing, that's a workroom. I think, what the fuck? Oh, I mean, at least he did it. Well, okay. In regards to Christoph's argument about it being forgettable, I think the two biggest indicating factors to that would be the second case and the third case. Again, I've already made my stances clear that I think memorability is a factor to be attributed to these cases, because, you know, if I can't recall what's going on in a case, and if I don't have strong memories of what's going on in a case, then to me it didn't do a good enough job of sustaining my interest, you know? Let's see. And that doesn't mean things that aren't memorable things, but if I'm literally struggling to remember the names of characters, it's like, well, what? So, Case 3, Investigations 1. Love this example, because no matter how many times I bring it up, I'll never be able to remember them. Case 3 of Investigations 1 has, what's it called? It has, Mike Meekins, because Wrath of the Ashes is canon. It has Old Bag, because Edgeworth, apparently. It has Emma, because Wrath of the Ashes is canon. It has the girl that cuts, Lauren Porps, or something like that. The guy that holds the money, I have no idea what his name is. Absolutely none. The killer, I think his name is Lance something. No idea what his last name is. Case 2, Investigations 1. Again, the guy that talked, his breakdown is about his $1 million cents or whatever. No, Honest Armano. There you go. Alright, what's it called? The Money Man, the guy with the $1 million cents. No idea. Absolutely, no idea. He's like Zinc LeBlanc, man. Zinc LeBlanc. How could I even? Like, we all make jokes about Penny Nichols, right? But, you know, Penny Nichols is so forgettable that she's memorable. Jesus, everybody remembers Zinc LeBlanc. I don't know. I don't really think about those ones. Yeah. All I remember is his breakdown, and then like all the wrinkles coming out, something like that. But yeah, you know, Penny Nichols is so forgettable that, you know, she's memorable. On the other hand, you have someone like, even like, okay, I appreciate and respect Rhoda Tennero, but Rhoda Tennero is somewhat of a forgettable character. Like, stuff like that. You know, the first Investigations game is very like, I'm sure there's even some characters I'm forgetting right now. Like, there's probably a character in the 5th case that I'm forgetting. Larry is in the 5th case and I forgot, you know? Old Bag is in the 5th case and I forgot. Like, okay, no, I don't think I forgot that. Rhoda. I don't think they're bad because they're forgettable, but I do think being forgettable is a sign that they might be bad. So say what music is playing right now? Sorry, I'm so distracted. Oh man, I remember when I first heard this, I thought it was the theme of Frank Sawyer, and it played when he first showed up, and I'm like, yeah man. Wait, no, not Frank Sawyer, it was the theme of Winston Payne. I'm like, yeah, this is Payne's theme. And then they played it throughout the rest of the game, and I'm like, ah man, it's not exclusive. Huh. Yeah, something like that. Smiley Guy from Case 5. Oh man. Smiley Guy from Case 5. I don't know his name either. See? Investigations 1, I love the game to death. It's got some see, never in my life, man. A man could come up to me with a gun, point a gun to my head and say, I need you to name this character. Hell no. I tell him to just shoot me right now. I will not be able. I don't have the ability. Like, some of these people, they're crazy. Dead man. Mackerel? Oh, see, I don't get this shit. I'm like, what? Oh, I remember you. See, I remember the characters I like. Like, the characters I like, I really do like. I remember Callista Yu. She was really fun. Dead man. Exactly, yeah. I even said that earlier in this case. Somebody asked me, what's the best Yamazaki case? And I said Case 4. Case 4 is great. Like, I will defend Case 4 for the rest of my life. Like, Case 4 might just be the reason I like Investigation so much. Like the first one. It might just be it. And that is a problem. Case 4 is great, man. Oh, here's something interesting about Alba, you know. Me and Volty are very much on different sides of the spectrum for this, but, you know, one of my favorite part about, Turnabout Ablaze, there you go. Turnabout Ablaze was, Callista Yu. His favorite part was the whole Alba section, because, so according to him, Alba saved the case, and according to me, I was never really big on Alba. So I'm like, it's very mixed. You're a god? Oh man. Turnabout Academy is amazing. If I could ever stream Turnabout Academy, I'd do it. Amen, we pray to the Holy Mother. I don't know. Oh man, my throat. Jack's Portsman was so dumb. like, like he's so wacky, it's fun. Oh yeah, see, Doe's talking about Edgeworth's little realization moment. Yeah, I love that moment in Case 5 too. I don't know about this game, I can't speak for it, but in the first Investigations game, that's one of my it's a small moment, but it's a moment I really do appreciate, as there's moments like that in pretty much a moment like that in almost every single Ace Attorney game, and it's like, yeah, I'm big on it. I like it. Oh, here's another thing that me and Volty think very differently about. I mean, they're both terrible, but let's see. I said that I think the Phantom is better than Junko, and he said he thinks Junko is better than the Phantom. So I just kind of want to get a gist of what the chat's saying. Junko's trash, and she's worse than the Phantom. That's my stance, and like, they both don't make any sense, but I can at least buy, my identity. Like, I want to hide my identity over, I want despair, like, for no reason. I can't even do anything with that. Like, the Phantom's bad. The Phantom makes no sense. But like, come on, man. Well, yeah, that's also another good point. The Phantom only has like the end of one case to be bad. Junko has an entire series to just bask in her awfulness. It's insane. Oh, my throat. Let me save state this. Alright. Something that always weirded me out about Danganronpa was like, how do fans have standards? Like, okay, I'll like see what's it called, a video or whatever. I see like them expressing their opinions on stuff, and I'd be like, oh yeah, no, you know, it's gonna tell me to deduce, right? Oh man, shit. What do I have? Oh. Mecha Shadow, from what I remember, I think she was just fun. Well, there goes that one. Oh man. I think I know what Doe's talking about, yeah. Well, there goes that one. Well, at least now I know the game wants me to do something. Let me examine this again. Oh my god. Okay, I can't deduce from that. Okay, it clearly wants me to do something with this body. We've been streaming for nearly 2 hours, Jesus. Oh, man. Oh, I could present the rubber glove. I don't even know. You lie because it never said that at all. Oh, take care, Gavin. So, I'm trying to like, I don't know. Wait, no, I just presented that crap. Oh, let me back out. I don't want to get in trouble. There you go. I wanted to make the same point regardless, but whatever. The point I was basically going to try and make was, okay, you need the bracelet, wearing the glove, yeah. But I guess it's more a general point about the glove as opposed to it being about the, what's it called? The inmate. Hey, we actually did it. This case is really long. We are not beating it tonight. Just saying. Oh man. I love the investigation soundtracks, man. They're so like... But I don't like the Investigations 2 soundtrack more than the Investigations 1 one. Oh man. Like to me, favorite soundtracks in Ace Attorney, Apollo Justice, Investigations 1. Oh yeah, this did become a podcast, but like, I kind of like that though, you know? I've always wanted to have like an Ace Attorney podcast thing, one of these days. Like just have guests around and we just all talk, it'd be great. Ah, so I couldn't walk through there before, whatever man. Oh yeah, and they start talking about the hidden exits and shit. Oh man. I'm remembering a bit more about this case and just how crazy everything is. Jesus. I know there's like a hidden door or exit or something. And something happened overnight. Oh my god. Now I'm thinking, how did the body get in that position? And I'm like, ugh. I mean, that's the mystery. Slow down the music. Alright, let's see. Where's Justine and Courtney and Sebastian the Best? Oh man, I forgot they're in this case too. There's a lot going on. Lag it up, man. It could just be because I'm streaming, but I have no. Why is the dog so big? Whatever, man. Oh, this way for like I mustn't lose, right? It is quite interesting to get some insight into how Edgeworth's mind works. Oh man, I am half asleep. I'm exhausted. Yeah, that's a good way to end the stream. I'll see you later, man. This is tiring. Okay, I'm pausing the stream. Alright, okay. Well, guys, it's been real. Yeah, you can hear in my voice. I'm exhausted, man. I just want sleep. I don't know why I stream so late. I just kind of like spontaneously. I'm like, oh, I want to play this game, but I also want to talk about that movie I literally just saw. I just came back. I'm like, hey, kill birds with one stone, you know? Yeah, the stream's probably over. Hope you guys had fun. Probably do this more often on like a regular basis, and at better times. Because, you know, obviously, I'm gonna save this properly. In fact, I don't want no trouble. But yeah, you know, yeah, but I mean, like, yeah, that's the idea. Dirty Dan or whatever. I mean, the stream will be archived in a little playlist. You'll see it, so that's cool. You can go back and watch it. There should be a chat replay, I hope. If not, I'll have to think of a way to add the chat to the actual video. I hope you guys had like fun. I did. I'm exhausted. I'm gonna get some sleep or something. Ready Player One wasn't a bad movie. It's just, you know, you just have to be very familiar with that whole gaming culture or whatever, and get used to, get over some of the, I'm not gonna say cringeworthy, but references that might make you wince. There's a lot of lines in there that's like, I have to activate chat replay. How do I activate it? Let me do that now. Because I don't want it to not activate. Let me look this up. Jesus. Also, I should probably play people out or whatever. I had a track that was playing in the background, but man. It does? Oh my god. Alright. Great. Okay. I'll activate it now and then I'll like rest or whatever. So let me, first of all, let me play the best won the case theme in Ace Attorney. And if you disagree, you're very wrong. This is a great theme. Appreciate it, please. The soothing sound of computer fans. Oh man, if it's loud, my apologies. Great. I'm lowering the voice of my actual self, so